Last week, we talked about the 5 predictable resistance patterns that your brain uses to pull you back into your old habits. And I promised you that it is possible for your brain to work for you instead of against you. But before your brain can actually work for you, it is going to take you to a place that no other weight loss coach is going to warn you about. This is the place where you are either going to quit or you're going to win. And it is not for the faint of heart. But if you want to get past that stop, start dieting thing that you keep doing and actually finally lose weight in a sustainable and healthy way, going through this dark part, it is a necessary part of your weight loss journey because it is the key ingredient that makes everything else stick. I'm Holly Bertone. After 4 nutrition certifications did not work to help me lose weight, I used the elite level pattern recognition skills from my days in FBI counterintelligence to finally create sustainable weight loss for myself, and I've helped hundreds of women do the same. Today, you are going to get a front row seat into the darkest part of your weight loss journey and how to come out on the other side a complete champion. Any weight loss coach worth their salt, they're going to tell you to expect your weight loss journey to last between 1 or 2 years, depending on how much weight you want to lose. This total time, it's not just about losing the weight. It's honoring all of those internal changes that you need to go through to make this an actual sustainable lifestyle. During that time from start to finish, this is where you are going to unknowingly sabotage your progress. When you start a weight loss journey, you're starting from this old identity. You're starting from the identity of the woman who has to go on the diet, has to lose weight, has to count calories. And you're probably still telling yourself that you're a fat person and you're probably still doing fat people things because that's what got you here in the first place. And at some point, you're just going to realize that if you want to lose weight, you can't keep doing fat people things. You have to figure out how to do life differently. And this is why you hear me saying all of the time how important that identity work is. What does a marathon runner do every single day? They wake up, they lace up, and they run. Even if you don't run, you know exactly what a marathon runner does every single day because that is a part of their identity. Your end goal with weight loss is it's not about the number on the scale. It's having that conviction inside of you that creates this kind of sustainability. And this is when you become her. It's when you become the woman who just eats healthier naturally. It's when you become the woman who fuels her body with real food instead of just starving yourself. It's when you create this lifestyle of prioritizing the food that goes into your mouth. It's when you become the woman who moves her body every single day versus the one that's just sedentary. It's when you become the woman who prioritizes her sleep over one more TV show or scrolling on Instagram. But here's the catch. You don't become her overnight. Like I said, it's going to take 1 to 2 years to just fully embrace and adopt that identity. So what happens in the meantime, and why is this place so dark? By the way, if you're getting value out of this video, hit that thumbs up and subscribe button. What I am talking about is what's called the liminal space. And it's kind of like no man's land. And you probably remember the Saturday morning cartoons from back in the day. And you remember how the cartoon character, I think it was the coyote maybe, and he would have 1 foot on one rock and another foot on another rock and be in this like really uncomfortable split between the 2 rocks. Like at any point, if he let go of one of the rocks, he's just going to free fall. When you are on this weight loss journey, this is exactly what the liminal space feels like. And until that new identity becomes so ingrained in you, living in the liminal space, it makes it hard to stay the course. And it makes it easy to quit because it is so uncertain. That space, being completely in that split, it is uncomfortable. Your brain loves predictive patterns because predictability, it gives your brain the safety that it needs. And even though you have unhealthy habits in your old self, those old habits, they're predictable. They are safe to your brain. Your brain knows the playbook. It knows what to expect. It knows what to predict. But when you try to incorporate the new habits, when you try to become that woman who has a healthier weight, what this does, it just screams danger to your brain. Your brain thinks that you are jumping off a cliff. And while you're in that liminal space, you kind of feel like you're jumping off the cliff too. You know that you are not going to lose weight if you keep operating out of your old identity that keeps you comfortable. So you need to part ways with your old identity. And when you do, you're going to grieve your old routines. You're going to grieve your old foods that no longer exist. You're going to grieve reaching for the comfort food when you're experiencing big, uncomfortable emotions and you want ice cream to self-soothe. But the problem is that you don't have the skills yet, and you don't have that new identity yet. You are not her yet. So you feel like this fish out of water. And I hate to break it to you, you're going to feel like this for months, and it is going to feel like an eternity. This part of the journey in the middle is the messy middle. It is downright brutal because no one can figure this out except for you. This is the part of the journey, and it breaks my heart as a coach because I know what my clients have to go through, and I am there to support them every step of the way. I can help them know what to expect, but everyone's journey is different, and this self-discovery is something that you have to do on your own. This self-discovery, it comes from time in the quiet. It comes from facing your dragons. This is how learning to master the spiraling thoughts at 2:00 in the morning. This is having that moment with yourself in the car rather than just automatically hitting the drive-through. This is falling down 10 times and getting back up 11. This is learning who you really are when things get hard. This is consciously making different choices that feel brutal at the time. This is setting up boundaries with loved ones and having those uncomfortable conversations. These are some of the darkest, most gut-wrenching, soul-searching months that you will ever experience in your life. It goes from feeling like 1 minute you lose a bunch of weight and you're on top of the world, and then simultaneously hitting an emotional rock bottom. It's like staring into the abyss with no light and wondering if it's really worth it. It's this feeling like you don't even belong in your own body because your old self doesn't fit, but you haven't quite adopted your new self yet. I can't do this for you, but I can do something that changes how you survive these months when you're in that free fall. I am the voice as your coach that reminds you that this is normal when everyone is telling you to quit, including the voices in your head. I can remind you of all of the wins and all of the progress that you've made. I can hold up the map for you so that you know your next steps. But most importantly, I know what makes every single one of my clients tick. I read where they're at to know if they need encouragement or they need some tough love. The goal is not to avoid the liminal space. The goal is to let this space transform you. This liminal space, it is where my clients grow the most. When you go through this process, when you do this soul-crushing identity work, you are going to come out on the other side a totally different person. And meeting yourself again for the first time is scary. You don't even know who she is. You've never met her before. So how do you even know if you're going to like her? Here's the thing. Here's the thing that most women don't understand. And I can promise you this. When you do this kind of deep work, when you come out of the pit of despair, I guarantee this is going to change your life forever. You're going to be completely repulsed by the old you. You're going to look at old photos and you are just going to be completely disgusted by how much you let yourself go. This is when you go from having a commitment, like just a commitment, I'm going to lose weight, to having so much more conviction inside of you that you are never going to want to go back to your old self ever again. This is when you have so much burning desire for your future self, it drives you every single day. And that conviction becomes a compulsion. It becomes this fire. It becomes this drive inside of you. You're now waking up every single day. And rather than just mentally rehearsing this to-do list that you need to do to achieve your goals, it's just ingrained. It is a part of you. It's not just who you are. It is what drives you. It's when you stop looking at food for calories or for comfort, you're now looking at how food actually fuels your body, how it gives you energy. It's when you actually look forward to going to the gym or going for your walks or moving your body every single day. It is when you are so insanely blessed about how the quality of your relationships have changed. Your CSI Red moment is this. Do you think that if weight loss was just about calorie in, calorie out, that it is going to be easy and effortless to sustain this for the rest of your life? Or do you think when you fight those dragons and you come out on the other side and you are victorious, you are the champion, that you're going to want to stay in that winner's circle and never go back inside of the ring again? The good news is that this is what sets me apart from other weight loss coaches, because not only do we focus on sustainable, healthy weight loss, but I help you create an environment to succeed. I currently have 2 spots open for private coaching, and because of the nature of the work that we do together, there is an application process, and I'll be sure to leave a link in the show notes. And the other good news is that if private coaching isn't in your budget, you get to experience this inside of the Sustainable Weight Loss Machine. It is a back to basics program designed to help you build those new patterns one step at a time. And right now, you can join the priority list before doors open in September. And when you do, you are going to get a 5-minute fat burning routine to help you get started. And I'll leave a link in the show notes for you to check it out. Thanks for tuning in today. I'm your host, Holly Bertone, and this is Weight Loss Forensics.